In the early beginning of this movie, we can observe a girl named Gosia living in a small village far away from the city. Gosia was extremely beautiful and Gosia had just reached her youth, but she did not have any friends, so she didn't know anything about physical pleasure. Then the next morning Gosia wakes up and goes to the stable and starts milking the cows. After that, she takes those cows to the forest for grazing. Then she leaves the cows to graze in the forest and sits under a tree to start spending time with the dog. After that, she takes all her clothes off and begins bathing in a small lake nearby. Suddenly, she feels that someone secretly watches her. Then, on looking around, she does not see anyone. Then she thinks that it might be her illusion. After that, Gosia lies down there and starts resting, but then she sees someone's shadow on her. Then Gosia also felt that shadow, and thinking about this, she could not sleep at night. Then her mother asks her, "Why are you awake so late at night?" But Gosia does not answer her mother properly because she is worried about the changes happening in her body and she feels ashamed to tell to her mother. The next day, Gosia also takes her cows to the forest, sits under a tree and starts resting. Then she saw that a man was sitting there who was painting something. Then Gosia goes to that man. He shows her his painting where he had made a nude picture of Gosia. Seeing her nude picture, Gosia fainted. That man gives water to Gosia, revives her, and asks her if she lives here, to which Gosia says, "Yes, I live here nearby." At the same time, she tells that man and asks him where he lives, which man says that he has no fixed place. He roams around and makes paintings in whichever place he like. He goes and lives there. Saying this, he comes close to Gosia and starts touching her body. Gosia likes the man's touch, but she gets shy and leaves from there. The next day, Gosia goes to the same place and looks for the man, but does not find him anywhere. Then suddenly, the man starts calling her. Upon hearing this, Gosia starts going towards him, who is sitting there and making painting. Then the man shows Gosia his paintings and Gosia likes them a lot. Then Gosia asks the man, "Why do you keep taking only my nude pictures to which the man says that because you are very beautiful and look at your hand, it is also so beautiful." After that, he tells Gosia that you know what your young body wants from you, to which Gosia says, "No, I don't know anything about it." Then after listening to this, the man shows Gosia a nude picture of herself and says that your body needs physical pleasure, which I can give you. Saying this, he asks Gosia to remove all her clothes. Then Gosia removes all her clothes. Then the man starts touching her body to excite her. Then Gosia is also unable to control herself, and both of them start getting intimate right there. After that, we see that Gosia is very happy to meet this man, and due to happiness, she is unable to sleep the whole night and wakes up early in the morning. Then seeing this, her mother starts suspecting that how Gosia has changed so much. After that, we see that Gosia used to go to the forest every day and have fun with that man. Then that man came to love Gosia. Along with this, he also starts teaching her the ways of the world, how to sit and eat, how to talk to people, and much more. Along with the man also brings a lot of new clothes for Gosia, and she likes all those clothes very much. Then one day, due to rain, both of them sat under a tree and started talking to each other. Then the man gives a book to Gosia and says, "I have taught you everything, and if you want to know more about physical pleasure, then you can read this book in which everything about physical pleasure is written in detail." In the meantime, while talking, some children see them. Seeing those children, Gosia gets scared, but the man tells Gosia not to pay attention to them. After that, Gosia comes to her house and starts reading that book, but then her mother comes there and takes that book from her, after which she asks her from where she got this book, to which she says that a man in the forest gave me this book. On hearing which, her mother gets very angry and says, "I did not send you to the forest to do all this. If you get pregnant, then I will not leave you." On hearing which, Gosia gets very angry, but she did not want to argue with her mother. Then her mother says that this Sunday we will go to the church, and there you confess all your things in front of the Father. After that, on Sunday, both of them go to the church, and here Gosia confesses all her things in front of the Father and says that, "I know that I should not have done all this, but still I could not stop myself and did it many times with him. I have been intimate. So please forgive me for all my sins." After hearing that, the father tells her mother that Gosia is a child and she has just entered her youth. At this age, children often make mistakes, but you take Gosia to the doctor once and find out if she is pregnant. Then after listening to the father's words, Gosia's mother takes her to the doctor, but after checking her up, what the doctor says to Gosia's mother shocks her. The doctor had told her mother that Gosia was still a virgin and she had not been physical with anyone. This means that no one had even touched Gosia till now, but what Gosia had done till now, then what was that? Then when Gosia was sleeping in her room that night, that man came to Gosia and woke her up by kissing her. Seeing him, Gosia tells him, "I want you to always be there with me." On hearing this, the man says, "I am here with you and I will never leave you and go somewhere." The man says this and disappears, whereas in reality that unknown man was nothing like that. All this was just a part of Gosha's imagination. Whatever we had seen till now was just an illusion in Gosha's mind because Gosia had just become an adult, and due to this, she was feeling the need for physical intimacy and being alone. She used to imagine such things, and with this the movie ends here.